Hello everyone, I am really excited to announce that I am starting a C++ tutorial series on this channel. If you're someone who is ready to learn a new language like C++, who wants to upgrade your programming skills and learn new concepts, or if you're a beginner at programming and you want to start your journey with C++, then you are in the right place. No matter what's your reason to start C++ or even any language during your journey, you need to have this one thing in mind. You have to have the will to learn a new programming language. I'm not going to lie to you, C++ is a tough language because it's meant to solve the most complex problems in the world, and because of that, it is being used by every institution to solve their own problems using C++. And because how tough C++ is, some people don't give their best to learn it. And I know some comrades that didn't succeed in learning C++ just because they didn't put that much effort. So I recommend in any language you want to learn, you have to give it all your effort and time in order to learn it efficiently. Now we can have a whole video talking about C++, which I already did it. And you can go ahead and check it out whenever you want. But I want you to know that C++ is very important and it will be a win for you to start learning C++. Now if you're ready to start this journey with me and learn C++ together, then let us start, and I will make sure that this course will be as simple as possible, helping you learn everything you need to know about C++ with ease. In order to write C++ code, we need to gather some tools that will help us. First, we need an environment to write code. Think about Microsoft Word, for example. Use it to write an essay or write a letter for someone. Same goes for programming. You need a place to write code. And this is where we'll use something called an IDE or Integrated Development Environment. This is a fancy way of saying a software that is used by developers to write and run code. The software we'll be using is called VScode. It is a popular IDE that you can write code in it. You can go to this website, which the link can be found in the description below, and make sure you choose the link based on the operating system you are using. Once the installation is done, I want you to go to your files and create a folder where we'll use it to write C++ for this course. Next, open VScode and let us open the folder we created earlier. In that folder, we'll go ahead and press on that button to create a C++ file, and a C++ file always ends with the .cpp extension. Next, I want you to go to VScode Marketplace and install the extensions needed for C++. So I'll go to the extensions marketplace and I'll go ahead and write on the search bar C++, and as you can see, it loads for me the C++ extensions that you can go ahead and download them. Now that we have a place to write code, we need one more thing, which is the C++ compiler. Now what is a compiler? Think of the C++ compiler as a software that is made specifically to read your C++ code and convert it to machine language. Your computer reads machine language or binary language. It doesn't read the words you write using C++. That is why the compiler's job is to translate these words you wrote using C++ to a language that the computer can understand. In order to have this compiler, we need to install the GCC compiler, which is a compiler for C++ and for the C programming language. This language is the mother of all languages, and C++ is a successor of the C language. Now this is just extra information, let us focus on C++. So go to this website, link in the description, and let us follow what this documentation tells us. Make sure to scroll down until you reach this section. Click on this link, which will help you install Mingw, which is a tool that contains the C++ compiler called GCC. After you're done with the installation, a terminal should appear. If that's not the case, then that's no problem. Click on the Windows key and type msys2 and press enter. Like this, a terminal should appear. In this terminal, make sure you copy and paste the following command and press enter to be able to install C++. Now once that is done, we need to open the environment variables and add the path. Just copy this path right here and go to the search bar and write variables, and it should appear in front of you. Next, go to the environment variables and select user, then path, then click on new and add the path mentioned. Once that is done, click on OK multiple times and you are done. Now back to VS Code. Inside your C++ file, I want you to click on this gear icon right here and select the following configuration. And now we can say that you are ready to work with C++. Now let us write a few lines of code and display the sentence hello world, and then we will explain what we wrote. Now let me explain this code. First, we always need to import the IOStream header file. Now header files are files that contain functionalities that we can use. Think of the IOStream header file as a section inside a library. Let us say you like fiction. You go to the fiction section and choose a fiction book. In our case, you go to the IOStream section and get input and output functionalities. So far, we've used cout for output functionalities provided by the IOStream header file. Now why we said std here? This is because we need to refer to the library that this functionality comes from. This library is called standard library. Think of it as the library building that contains different sections of books. The standard library contains multiple header files, with each header file containing a functionality. In this course we will see multiple header files to include, but today is our first day and we've learned about IOStream. Next we have the main function. This is where all your code goes in. And why exactly? This is because this function is the starting point for the C++ compiler. So as soon as you hit run, the C++ compiler will search if you have this main function, because this is where it starts to read your code. Now, why does it have int right here and return 0? Well, we'll explain this further in this course. And there is cout right here that give us hello world, but why inside double quotations? I will explain this in the next video, where we'll talk about variables and data types. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you further in this course. But for now, I invite you to click on one of these end screens that will appear right now, and I hope to see you in the next video.